Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. This is so exciting. We're going to be continuing our Chiyuv in Maseches Ksubis. And we are on Daf Lamed Amud Aleph, the Shita of Reb Nechunya ben Hakana that we've been discussing. But before we go further, we have to be makdish this year, the Schus Rabbi Yeshayahu Mordechai ben Rachel Dvoira, and the Schus Yedid Nafshi, Rav Gilamir ben Penina, Rav Aryeh ben Dvoira, and Rav Israel Daniel ben Shenadina. They shall have bracha v'atzlacha v'chol ma'aseh Yedei. The sheet of Rabbi Nechunya ben Hakana Ksubas Daf Lamed Amud Aleph is that Yom Kippur is like Shabbos l'Tashlum. Just like Shabbos, when a person is mechal Shabbos, he's mischayiv b'nafsho, and therefore he's patur mitashlum and kim le b'derabah miney. If when he's mechal Shabbos, he also incurs monetary payment, he's patur because kim le b'derabah miney only get the bigger punishment. So to Yom Kippur, mischayiv b'nafsho, and therefore since Yom Kippur is a kares, he's patur minat tashlumin. Now that the Rabbi Nechunya ben Hakana holds that kares patur from tashlumin like misa, there is a machlokes rishonim. Is it only chayve krisis b'mezid patur minat tashlumin, or no? Even chayve krisis b'shogeg paters from tashlumin. Shitas Rashi in Pesachim Daf Chof Tes Amud Aleph, Dibur Maschil Yom HaKippurim, and Daf Lamed Beis Amud Aleph, Dibur Maschil Rabbi Nechunya, that only chayve krisis b'mezid, that if you're over a chiyuv kares b'mezid on Yom Kippur, a person not you, that paters from tashlumin. Masha enkein chayve kritut b'shogeg doesn't pater from tashlumin. However, the sheet of Taisvis and Daf Lamed Amud Beis b'dibur maschil zar she'achal is that there's no chilik between chayve mises b'mezid and chayve mises shogeg. So if somebody's over on an avera that if he did it b'mezid he'd get kares, if he did it b'shogeg, that also paters him from tashlumin. So according to Taisvis, b'chol ofen kares poter mi tashlumin. And the yisod of the machlokas rishonim is that shitas ha-Taisvis is that since chayve krisis are equated to chayve mises beis din and chayve misa, also b'shoigeg pater mitashlumin mitana de bechizkiya. The Tana bechizkiya learns that ma makabehema learns from makabehema. That ma makabehema there's no difference between shoigeg and mezid, that a person's chayve in both cases. So to maka adam, we're not going to be mechalik between shoigeg and mezid, and we're going to say that when there's a chiyuv mises misbei adam, he's going to be pater whether it's shogeg or mezid. And therefore, if kares was equated to, as we learned in the Gemara that it was, to chayve misos, just like chayve misos, we're not mechalik between shogeg and mezid. In both cases, we say kim le b'derabah minei. So too, when it comes to chiyuv kares, that we're not mechalik between shogeg and mezid, and in both instances, we're going to say kim le b'derabah minei. However, shitas Rashi is that chayve krisis are equated only to chayve misa b'mezid, because we learn from the pasuk v'lo ason, we learn ason, and therefore that pasuk is talking about mezid. So only b'mezid one is going to, we're going to say kim le b'derabah minei. Masha enkein the chiddush of the pasuk of makabehema that also misa b'shoigeg get patus and tashlumin. For that there's no hekesh of kares. And therefore, only chayve krisis b'mezid pater from tashlumin and not shogeg. And we have to understand what the yesod of the machlokas is, whether chayve krisis are equated to mezid, only mezid, or chayve krisis are even compared to the shogeg of misa. Do we compare only to the mezid of misa, or even to the shogeg of misa? So Rav Kalmanson Shlita, the great Chabad Rosh Yeshiva, in his Meital and Siman Hey, explains as follows: that the pasuk was megale, that misa patus from mammon, bein b'shogeg, bein b'mezid. We have to make the following chakira: is the din misa b'shogeg and the din misa b'mezid two separate, distinct dinim? In other words, b'mezid we pater from tashlumin because the chiyuv oynesh misa paters from tashlumin. Mashen kein b'shogeg that there's no oynesh misa. Nevertheless, the pasuk was megala that also shogeg patus and tashlum exeris hakosav of lochi lakta ben mezid l'shogeg. So according to that, b'mezid the ptur is midin oynesh misa, that the oynesh misa patus and tashlumin, and the shogeg is etzem pulas ha'avera. It's the avera that paters, because by shogeg there is no oynesh misa. So therefore, if we also have Xeris HaKasser for Shogeg, it must be that it's the Etzem Pulas HaAveris, the fact that he did an Avera, that if he did it B'mezi, he'd be Chayev Misa, but since he did the series Avera, he did it B'Shogeg, that's also going to pater him from Tashlumin. The second way of looking at it is that the Yisod of the Torah, Kimled Rabbanei Mezin Shogeg, is one Yisod. In other words, the Pasuk was Megale, that the Pu'ulas Ha'aveira, that's what paters whether he did this Aveira b'Shogeg and whether he did this Aveira b'Mezid. And in both instances, the P'tur is Mishum Etzem Pu'ulas Ha'aveira Ha'goremes P'tur Tashlumin. So Nachamo, is it a din in the Onesh Misa by Kares and the Aveira by Onesh Misa by Mezid and the Aveira by Shogeg, in which case they're two distinct categories of Kim Lebe de Rabbi Miney, or do we say no, that it's the same category, and in both instances it is the Aveira that paters from Tashlumin, and we find, Taka, that Rashi and Tosfos argue on this Nekuda. Rashi in Bav Mitzia and Daftsari Aleph Omid Beis Dibra Maslu Rava Amar writes, B'Shem Moiri HaZoken, that when a person is Chayev Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, for example, in Kim Mei B'Derabbi Minei, that even though he's Pater, nevertheless, he's Chayev Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. So in such an instance, Im Tafas Hasheni, Loi Mafkinan Minei. If the other guy grabbed it, we don't take it away from him. Ayin Sham in Rashi. So now we're going to prove that Rashi, or what Rashi's shita is vis-a-vis our Chakira. So again, Zokt Rashi, in Bav Mitzia and Daftsari Aleph Amid Beis, that where a person's Chayev Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, like in Kim Lebe de Rabbi Minei, even though he's Pater, nevertheless, he's Chayev Latzeis Yedei Shomayim to make the payment, even though he's Pater because he gets the bigger punishment of the Onesh, of the Onesh Misa. Nevertheless, Chayev Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, and therefore if the second guy grabbed it, if the party who lost this object grabbed it, so then we don't take it away from him. So in the Ktsois, in Siman Chof Ches, Sif Kot Aleph, he asks on Rashi. It says in Sanhedrin Daf Ayin Beis Amud Aleph that Rava had an animal stolen from him in like a ram stolen from him in a machteres, and then the ram was returned, but he didn't accept it. Why? Because Rav said B'damim Kananu, he was kainet with his life. Kim Lebe de Rabbi Minei, he could have died in the machteres. So Memela B'damim Kananu, he doesn't have to pay back this ram. So that's what it says in Sanhedrin. Frek Tosfos over there, since Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, a person is chayiv to do, even if this came like the Ramine. So why didn't Rava accept this animal from him? Even Lashitas Rav, that B'damim Kananu, nevertheless, the Ganav has a chiyuv lahachzir Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. So why didn't he just accept it from men for Tosfos that they were only machzir this animal because they held that al pidin you're chayiv to be machzir, and they didn't want to be machzir mishum Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. So since menadim their pater aliba derav, he didn't want to accept the animal, even though be'emes they're chayiv lachzir Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, because they didn't want to do it out Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. They wanted to do it out. They thought it was maker adin. So frektis k'sais l'shitas Rashi, that whenever you're chayiv Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, tfisa is effective and we don't take it away. So according to that, we still have a kasha. Why did Rava give the animal back? Since they gave it back to him, tfisa. Lefi Rashi, you have tfisas. Ma baya kan in shum baya. You did your tfisa. What his kavana was? Who cares what his kavana was? It's just as good as tfisa. So, and for the Ktsois, Al Pi Yisod Divrei Amar Shal B'Yom Shel Shlomo Bava Kama Perka Koine Simin Vav, that only when we don't carry out the more severe punishment, like if it's shogeg, or B'Zman Hazeh, there's no capital punishment, there's a chiyuv to pay, and nevertheless, at any rate, Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. And Memele Tafas Lem Afkinan Miney. But if there's Kimle Raminei B'mezid, and of Dinan HaChumra, we do the more serious punishment of Chiyuv Misa, there's no Chiyuv Klal Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. And Memele Tafas, if he grab Afkinan Miney, we take it away from him, because there's no Chiyuv at all. And Lefi Zeh answers the Ktsois, the Kasha of Sanhedrin Ayin Beis. Because that this person is Baba Machteres, and his din was Ein Like Damim, and we were allowed to kill him. He lost his life there when he dug under to commit this robbery. So this is called Mezid, that of Din and L'chumra, because we were going to do the more serious punishments. Even though before he was saved, they didn't kill him. But he could very well have been killed. He was in that matzav. So he doesn't have a din shogi as a din mezid that he was mamish mischayev misa. It's like a person who's mischayev misa and he ran away from the base and they didn't kill him. So vadai called din mezid olav, since he was already mischayev in the chumrah on the more serious punishment. And this guy also was baba machteres. He was chayev in the more serious punishment. Just afterwards he was saved. And you can't compare it to shogeg when he wasn't mischayev misa at all. But this is a din of doing it b'mezid. And it's like he got the death penalty. And Memele is no chiyuv at all. Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. And therefore Rabbi didn't want to keep it. He didn't want to hold on to it because there's no Latzeis Yedei Shomayim when the person got the more severe punishment. And here it's like Mezid where he got the more severe punishment. And you don't even have to be Latzeis Yedei Shomayim at all. And therefore in Tafas Mafkinan Miney. And therefore Rabbi gave it back. Those rabbis were so honest. So it's really not a kasha on Rashi. Rashi only says that, when you're chayav Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, like in the case of shogeg, or lo of din and achumra, you don't do the more serious punishment. But in our case, where you did or could have, in our case of Mezid, of Baba Machteres, there Rashi would hold, no. Itafas Mafkina Minei. If he grabbed it, you take it away, and therefore you had to give it back. So it emerges then from the Ktsos that L'shitas Rashi, there are two separate dinim in Kimlei B'Rabbi Minei. One is in Kimlei B'Rabbi Minei B'Mezid, that you do the more serious punishment there. There's no Chiyuv Mammon at all. Afil Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. And the second is in Kimlei B'Rabbi Minei B'Shogeg. There, even though there's a P'tur Mitashlumin, nevertheless there's a Chiyuv L'Shalim Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. In the case of Shogeg, there is Kimlei B'Rabbi Minei, but Latzeis Yedei Shomayim he has to pay back. So you see there are two dinim in Kimlei B'Rabbi Minei. Rebbe Elchonon, in the real Rebbe Elchonon, in Ksubis Ois Sadi Gimel, in the Kovetz Shiurim, explains that the yisod of these two dinim in Kimlei B'Rabbi Minei is that when it's been mezid and we do the more serious punishment, so it's like he gave the mammon, like the yisod of the Ramban in Makot, and of Bet Amud Aleph, that be'onesh ha'chomer nichlal gamkein ha'onesh ha'kal. That in the more serious punishment is included the lighter punishment. So it's like he got both punishments. It's like yesh b'chlal masayim maneh, included in 200 is 100. So therefore, if you got the more serious punishment, it's like all inclusive. Shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. Everything was. Right? There's like an everything punishment. So Memela, like if a person is killed, so that's also mammon, right? When a person gets killed, he also loses his money. So when he gets the more serious punishment, the onesh hakal is included. It's like he got both onshim, and therefore there's no kimlei b'rab, there's no chiyuv Latzeis Yedei Shomayim to pay it back because he already did pay it back. He got that punishment too. Mashen kain, when he's b'shogeg. There, the p'tur is not b'chlal ha'onesh of Masayim Izmana because there's no onesh at all b'shogeg. Rather, it's a din mesuyim b'shogeg that he's pater mitashlomin, and it's not as if he paid. And therefore, since it's not as if he paid, it's just a p'tur. Therefore, he's chayiv al kol panim Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. So b'shogeg he's pater milashalim based on our machayiv him, but b'meid it's as if he paid. So we learn from all of this that Shitas Rashi is that the gather of the P'tur of Kimlei B'Rabbi Minei Mezid is a din in the Onesh of Chiyuv Mitzah, that it's like he also got the Onesh of Tashlum. Hashem Kein Shogeg is a din P'tur of Tashlumin, as we explained. However, that's all Shitas Rashi, but Shitas Tosfos is that even b'mezid, and we do the more serious punishment, there's a Chiyuv l'shalim Latzeis Yedei Shomayim. We can prove this from the fact that they asked in Sanhedrin, why did Rav accept the ram back since they were chayav lahachzir Latzeis Yedei Shomayim? What do you mean chayav lahachzir Latzeis Yedei Shomayim? It's baba machteres, like they were killed. Because Shitas Tais says that the gather of Tur of Kimlei Rabbanei B'Mezid is not a din in the oynish of Misa that includes the oynish hakal and B'chal Masai Mon. It's as if they paid it back. No, it's also a Tur Mitashlumin that Beis Din cannot be mechayev him to pay. But there's still a Chiyuv Tashlumin, Latzeis Yedei Shomayim, because Shitas Tais says that the gather of Tur of Kimlei Rabbanei B'Mezid is not a din in the oynish of Chiyuv Misa. Rather, it's be'etzem pu'ulas ha'aveira, the aveira itself that causes the Tur and Tashlumin, that applies equally to Shogeg and Mezid. So you see that according to Tosfos, the yesod of the Tur of Kimlei Miney is equal whether it's b'Shogeg or b'Mezid. And now we have, with this understanding of the machlokas between Rashi and Tosfos, we can also understand the machlokas of Rashi and Tosfos if the din of chayve krisis pater mitashlumin is only b'mezid or it's also b'shogeg and it's l'shitasam. Rashi holds that only chayve karis b'mezid pater mitashlumin, not shogeg. Even though chayve krisis were equated to chayve misa, and chayve misa were mechalik between shogeg and mezid. Why? Because this pasuk that paters from karis from tashlum, from gzeira shava, and that's equated to misa, so it's talking about karis b'mezid. So since that's the limud, you can't extend that now to shogeg, because it's apples and oranges. Mezid is a din in the onesh, and shogeg isn't. So if you have the limud from kares to misa, that's only be talking about mezid, which is what the pasuk is actually talking about, but not shogeg, because shogeg is a different category. We don't have a limud of the Tur of shogeg male if a person's over kares b'shogeg. There's no kimlev d'Rabbi Miney. There's no place to be mechadish that from. But Tosfos holds no l'shitasam that the Tur of kimlev d'Rabbi Miney is uniform, both b'mezid and b'shogeg. It's yisod v'din echad that etzem pulas ha'aveira paters, and memela, if you're learning from kares to misa about mezid, it's also going to extend to shogeg because it's the same category. So we learn in this shir b'siyata d'shmaya, very geschmack, the machlokes between Rashi and Tosfos, if chayve misas b'shogeg also paters and tashlumin, and we said that it's totally in the yisod of the Tur of kimlev d'Rabbi Miney. B'shogeg and mezid, is it two separate dinim, or is it one yisod? If it's two separate dinim, then you can only learn chayve krisis from chayve misas b'mezid, but not b'shogeg, because the din in the pulas havera sheish b'chal masayim mana. But shogeg is a completely different category. That there it's in the pulas havera and not in the onesh. It's not in the onesh, but it's in the pulas havera, and that's a completely different category. So you can't learn from mezid to shogeg. Whereas Tosfos holds no, it's the same category. So once you have a limud from chayve misas to chayve krisis, you can learn, just like you learn mezid, you can also learn shogeg, because it's the same din that the pulas havera paters. And b'siyata d'shmai, there's so much more to say. This sug and many other sugas in the Masechta, obviously we can go on for the rest of till the end of time. So Kadosh Baruch Hu just give us the koach and the moach and many more years to live, that we can explicate and expound upon this beautiful Masechta and Hashem's beautiful Torah. Lilmodu l'lamei lishmor v'lasu l'kaim is called divrei salmu tarasa b'ahava. Amen v'amen. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.